Well, boys, you'll be coming back to school soon. One of the first things that you'll notice when you get back is leaves. There are leaves everywhere. All the trees have started losing their leaves. And we know there's nothing unusual about that every autumn the tree goes on another cycle of growth. But it's not just trees that go through this phase of shedding something in order that new growth can occur. Many of you will know, if you've studied biology, that insects do the same. They often shed an exoskeleton. And that in order to grow, in order to become what they're meant to be, they need to get rid of the old dry skin, the old dry outer layer, so that a new fresh layer can grow. But it's not just insects that grow. We grow. Human beings grow. We go through stages, and you guys will know that at different stages in your life, you've had to shed certain things. Sometimes that's a set of clothes that no longer fit you, or a set of practices or habits. You know, maybe some things that were okay when you were a certain age are no longer okay anymore once you've grown up. Jesus said to his disciples, "You don't put new wine into old wineskins." What he meant by this was, when you have new wine, if you put it into an old wineskin back in those days, the new wine ruined and split the old wineskin, and all the wine was wasted. And he's saying the old container isn't fit for the new thing that's happening. And what he was specifically referring to was the new way of being he was trying to start. He was saying we don't need the old way of laws and regulations and don't do this and do this and you please God by following these rules. He wanted to start a new way of living internally, what he called living by the Spirit. And I guess, guys, this is a time for us to be thinking about the time that we're living in. We are maybe coming into a time of a new way of doing things. We've already been forced into doing things in a new way because of COVID. And maybe it's time for new wineskins. Maybe some of the things that we did in the past will no longer work in this new season. And you know, as educators and all institutions actually have to wrestle with, what does this new era mean for our practices? So that's what I want you to think about, boys, as you come back to school, is what needs to be shed? What's that old skin? What are those old dead leaves, those old dead ways that you can let go of in order to embrace a new way of being?